Welcome back, all you beautiful adventurers in the Orphan Guild. It is I, your host, the D&D Orphan, back with another episode of the Whispers from the Abyss. Our Friday group has once again returned. We've taken about a 2-week break now. Was it 3 weeks, guys, or 2 weeks? I think it was 2 weeks, yeah. We've taken about a 2-week break now, but finally we're back. Sadly, we are one player down as our Rimuru Ares. Our player Ares cannot join us, so Rimuru and Veldora Jr. will just simply be staying in their rooms for today. But we will be getting back in with this session, keeping it nice, light, and breezy today. We're going to handle some downtime stuff, mainly just role play, have some character interaction, have some NPC character interaction, maybe some shopping, some training. We're just going to keep it nice and in town today. That being said, we're joined with our lovely group as always. We have our amazing Alex.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm playing Benedictus Dominicus Marcellus. Quite a mouthful. He's a human vengeance paladin.
And then we have our lovely Jiro.
Hello, hello, I'm Jiro. I'm playing Yorick Mori, the cleric. Well, I wouldn't call him human. Well, he was once a human, but, well,
Human variant.
still is kind of. Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, today joining us is our Gunther.
Hello, my name is Novu, and I'm a fighter wizard, and my race is an Elandrin elf.
Hell yes. And where we left off last session, I don't, to be honest, it's been a very long time, and recaps are not I'm very bad with writing recaps. I'm gonna just freeball from what I remember. I know the party had some combat, handled stuff at the Death's Alcove, if I remember correctly. And after handling the Death's Alcove and getting that situation under control, finishing off the quill creeps and quill fiends that they found there, they returned back to Tristram, having gained a strange shard, or 10 strange shards that they found within the bodies of the quill creeps. And Yorick, after returning back to the town and back to their guild hall, accidentally dropped one of these stones, and Sunny, his lovely quill beast, walked up to it, grabbing the shard, and instantly turned into the Sunny Beast monster. A giant, corrupted version of Sunny that instantly lashed out and began attacking, nearly killing Marcel and Fenrir in the process. But when the battle began to come thick and Sunny began to think that there was no chance that they could win the fight, they quickly dashed out of the building and into the deep darkness of the surrounding corrupted forest, not to be seen for the rest of the night. Guys, after that happens, how do you all wrap up your day? We're saying right now we're starting as if we were picking up right after that event. What do you guys do after that?
Well, I do remember that we did spend like the next day or so, kind of
I'm assuming I gave you guys downtime and shit, but let's just pick up from there. It'll be nice and easy. Let's just flow from there, and let's just start with our roleplay. So, what do you after this event? What do you guys how do you settle in for the night?
Well, I guess I'm just. Oh, wait. I think we did some stuff. I went for a walk with Cassidy.
Oh yes, actually no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Novu said that. I just didn't remember what we did. You're right. Okay, so you guys all went to bed in a solemn, very sad state. Picking up the next morning, you guys all went off and did a few things. I remember, yes, York, you said you went and walked with Cassidy. Novu, I think you went to Thaddeus. Oh yes,
Yep.
Novu, you went to Thaddeus and you did something insane.
Yes, I did.
Oh, right. We need to update this picture of Garothra. Hold on. Let me do this real quick, brother. I completely forgot about this. Okay. Add. All right. Would Garothra be in their beast form right now or human form?
Probably human form. since we're all just kind of hanging out.
Okay. Okay, and then add Grother's new beast form as well. There it is. Okay. Import both of these. Grothra, save, edit. Grothra, save, edit. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Novu, you went into Thaddeus's magic shop trying to acquire a human form for Gorothra, and you succeed in him offering you a dragon's heart for a partial payment. The rest of the money having to be delivered. After such, he expects your debt to be paid on time. But after Gorothra gained the winter heart of the ice dragon, they transformed into an entirely new state. Everybody, I don't know if you've all seen it yet, but this is the new Gorothra. All right. And that's what you did, Novu. And then here's also, if anyone wants to see it, this is Gorothra's new beast form.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So that's what Novu did. Marcel, I don't at all remember what you did with your next day. Do you remember at all by any chance?
I don't. I think I did some training.
I believe that could be correct.
Don't
I
remember.
do believe that probably was the case. I think you kept it simple and just maybe you trained with Fenrir?
Oh no, I was tending to my wounds. Yeah, he
Oh,
was tending to Fenrir. Fenrir was wounded.
right, that's what.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you
dude.
spent your downtime with Fenrir rather than actually doing anything. You just simply sat with him and helped tend to his wounds and made sure he was all nice and cared for. Okay, correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
just
Okay.
him and both him and Fenrir was kind of they were a bit
Yeah.
messed up, so took some recouping.
All
So
right. And with that, we pick up the following day. Or actually, we pick up right after that. Marcel, rather than a whole day of you tending to Fenrir, it's about just by the morning to the afternoon. It's about midday where we pick up now. Yorick, you get back after your walk with Cassidy. Novu, you come back with this strange new blue female woman. Um, and you all conglomerate back into the lobby of the building. You can hear Ares, Rimuru, in their room sobbing very violently loud. They're still very shaken up about Sunny Beast's death, or not death, but corruption. So, what do you all do? It's about midday. I'd say about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. What do you all want to do? You all conglomerate. How does this go?
First up, I got to know like, Novu, who is that? You might want to introduce her.
Oh, this is Gorothra.
What? Grofra?
But yeah, I figured, since she'll be staying here, and I thought maybe, so it would be easier around town to look for something that could alter their form to a human or a humanoid form. And we found something, and Gorothra can now shift from her normal state and to this state.
Well,
Yorick, it's quite different to see you on such a eye-to-eye level. You are quite handsome, I must say. Looking at your blue skin, looking at her own blue skin.
well, it's nice to see you got accustomed to your new form so quickly.
It is very, very strange, but it has its perks. And she kind of runs her hands down her chest, tracing the outline of her breasts a bit, and like going all the way down to her thighs. And she says, "It is very pleasing form, I must say."
Yes, indeed. Well done, Novo.
Fucking Cassie in the background is just like, "Aye, boss, you're right."
Cassidy, shut up.
Take a funny die, Yorick. Take a funny die. Gorathor turns back over to Novu and she says, "Novu, I must say thank you again. I'm very appreciative of this new power and form you've given me."
No, you've been helpful to us, and I thought this would be a good way for you to experience the world and to understand why we're doing what we're doing as well.
I do wonder what my husband will say when he sees me, though. Very strange indeed for him to see me in such a state.
Oh, you mean there's a Quill Beast King?
Indeed, you don't remember? I spoke of him before. His name is
Mhm.
Sarkoth. He is my mate, my husband. He is a less intelligent creature than myself, so I worry the Dark Mage's corruption probably did its toll on his mind, but he is very strong nonetheless. I'm sure he's fighting it the best he can.
Hmm. If he's at least if he's at least as powerful as you are, I hope he's still safe. Would be trouble if he uh, went under the control of the Dark Mage.
You are indeed correct, though I believe my presence may make that situation a little easier to handle if the time comes. He will remember me regardless of some foolery in his mind or not. I am his one true mate after all. And she walks over to Tyrael and she looks at him, and Tyrael's looking her up and down, kind of giving her a bit of a judgeful look, and he says, "So, a beast of hell combined with the divinity of a holy ice dragon, huh?" And Grothra looks at him and says, "Aye, something that even your old self hasn't seen yet, huh?" And he kind of steps back a bit and he's like, "I must do some searching. I will return in a few days, you all." He looks to Yorick and Novu before turning to Marcel, and he says, "Do any of you need anything of me before I depart?"
Hmm. Not in particular.
Okay.
Well, if you gather any information uh, about the whereabouts of Sunny, would be nice if you could relay them to us
Ah,
somehow.
yes, of course. If I have the opportunity to do so, I will investigate further.
Thank you.
Marcellus, he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "Do you need anything?"
Kind of like snaps out of it. It was a bit zoned out and deep in thought. I no, Tyrell. I don't believe so. Um, how long did you say you were going to be away?
Roughly 3 days. I believe with this new beast on the loose and some information that I found out recently about the Dark Mage's general. Apparently, he has spies lurking throughout the town. I need to try to find a list. Maybe there is someone who has the information on these spies so we can root them out.
That that would be good. Very well. Good luck in your task. We'll continue holding our own and make the necessary preparations before moving forward.
Aye. Very well. And he walks across the stone over to Novu and he says, Novu, do you need anything, my son?
I think we're good for now. I think we're gonna look into some things that are happening around town that might be connected to the forces out in the swamp.
Ah, yes, the Forbidden Swamp. If I do remember correctly, the last time I was at the war camp, you were all there before you went to the Death's Alcove. I remember hearing of some boy's father. Apparently, he went out to the swamp to search for his boy and his wife. He thought maybe they would be out there, but he has not returned. I think his son's name was Timmy? Yes, his name was Timmy.
I lower my head and I cover my face with my hand. I'm like, oh no.
And he notices this a bit, and he's like, York, is there a problem?
I think you should talk about this with Marcel. I have no business in this.
Tyrael turns back to Marcel and says, Marcel, is there a problem? York says there's something to discuss.
He kind of like watches Yorick move away, leaving him there a bit alone.
Just whistling.
I don't believe so. He like looks to Yorick. Timmy is. He was at the orphanage, wasn't he?
I believe you did bring him to the orphanage, correct?
Yeah.
Right now, I think he's currently just chilling in the tavern.
Probably like going around pickpocketing.
An invisible Fenrir in the tavern. There should be a Timmy in the tavern. I want to assume Timmy's in the tavern. Unless did I actually make an orphanage building? I don't think I did. No, yeah. Timmy should be in the tavern. Yeah, you can find him there. But yeah, he lives in the orphanage now. Correct.
Right. I don't believe I was missing anything with the father, right? We just hadn't like located him properly yet.
Yeah, you needed to locate him to claim your prize for this bounty.
But we hadn't went for him yet, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you've learned apparently his father is missing in the swamp.
Right.
When he was supposed to just be at the war camp.
Yeah. We might have to look into his Timmy's father then, but there's a lot of people in need. We'll have to see what our decisions will be.
Ah, very well. Well, I must embark. And he walks up to York and he says, York, please, do me a favor and watch after them for while I'm gone. And he places his hand on your shoulder. And Yorick, you are given a special buff.
Ooh.
For the next 3 sessions, you now have 1 use of silvery barbs per turn. Per year round. All right, and that session that buff lasts until Tyrael returns.
You mean per day, probably, right?
No, per round. Like, so 1 round is 6 seconds, and you have 1 reaction per round. You're given 1 use of of silvery barbs as a reaction, unless you use your reaction to do something else.
Okay, I can use it, but only once. Within the next 3 days.
No, you can use it once per round. So unless you use your reaction to do something else, you can use your reaction every time to do silvery barbs.
I'm fucking serious.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
You are tasked to be the guardian of the group and to watch after them. And Tyrael has given you a buff to make that job easier.
What is he expecting when we are doing? Oh my god.
All right. And with that, Tyrael has left, and you have now been all given the free time you would like. So, what do you all want to do?
Well, okay.
Do you want to start, York?
Yeah. Um, well, in my walk with Cassidy, I learned a lot about his past. He was a farmer in his former life. I learned some things about his family, brothers, but I learned something else as well. Well, I brought him back to life. I gave him my will to live and fight for us. But now he gained a new will of his, a new mission of his own, and he's become, I would say, independent. And he's now an ally and not a minion of mine anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically, I talked with him. He's now an ally. He's a ranger, of course.
Correct, Mundo. Cassidy has become an official ally.
Okay, cool.
Ah,
Mhm.
all right. Aye, boss. Now I can shoot stuff real good.
I hope so. But you probably need some new equipment because you lost, well, your source of ammunition.
Aye, yeah. Now that I don't have infinite quills, this crossbow, he looks down at the crossbow that only is made to shoot quills. It's not quite useful no more.
Yeah, you can't kill anything with shooting blanks.
So I should just put this down over here, right? And he walks over to the wall and he puts it down against the wall.
Did you use that like
Yeah, let's buy you something new.
kind of like Thanksgiving dish designs around it?
I don't think so. Why?
Like a dishwasher?
Why?
Glass?
Gunfire, are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. What was that?
Yeah, we're gonna go shopping.
All right. York.
What, more importantly, we are gonna visit Thaddeus before that. We have to deal with the shards.
Very well. Very well. Yes.
I think Marcel will join Yorik's venture here.
Okay. You're going with him to Thaddeus. Okay. Grothra looks over to you, Novu, and says, "Are we going with them?"
Sure.
All right. And she begins to walk with you all as well. You guys make your way to Thaddeus, walking past the bustling life of Tristram. Now, a lot more people having found their way. Still a very dreary and sadder town, but filled with a little bit more life and vibrance than your regular day. All the new faces, all the bright shining stuff for sale. It's quite vibrant for obviously the sad town and its miserable state. But after your quick 5-minute walk around to getting to Thaddeus's shop, you enter to find there's a few strangers amongst the building. There's a few people perusing his wares. You see a animaloid kind of cat like foxish maybe woman perusing some robes and some magical clothing items at the front. There's a man strumming on his lute making some magical like illusionary things appear in front of him as he uses this like he puts one instrument down and grabs another, and he strums the strings and uses the makes more illusions. And this time this instrument does a lot better. He plays the strings, and the illusion is a lot more solid and founded, while the last instrument was a little more loose and more invisible. And he resolves that this is the one he's gonna buy. And lastly, there's a short dwarven man, maybe dwarf, maybe a halfling. You're not quite sure. With a big, thick pack on his back. You can see tons of magical items and parchments, swords, even tools, vials of strange liquid, all strung about his large pack. And he seems to be looking amongst a bunch of vials currently, trying to find a specific one. Other than these three people, there's no one else inside the shop, except for, of course, Thaddeus, who is at the very other side of the building at his large desk working away. What do you all say as you come in?
Good. Wait, it's afternoon. It's midday, right?
Yes.
Good day, Thaddeus. We have something for you.
Ah, come in, heroes of Tristram. What can I do for you all? And he sees Garathra and he sees Novu, and he's like, ah, Garathra Novu, back so soon. I hope not here for a return, correct?
Not at all. My friends wanted to peruse some of your goods, and I thought I'd come with.
Ah, very well, very well. Yorick, Marcellus, what can I do for you fine
Good day.
gentlemen?
Well, there's a matter. Well, we found something, and these shards, and I'm trying to talk a bit more silent, so the other customers don't hear. And I open the box in front of Thaddeus.
Okay.
These, they are capable of corrupting the well, they're capable of corrupting the beasts. My pet Sonny, he got corrupted when he touched one of these shards, and he turned into a terrifying monster. We suspect these are connected somehow to the Dark Mage.
As you say this, Nobu, you notice Garathra puts her head down. Her hearing is very, very keen. Obviously, she hears this conversation, no problem. And she looks down. You can see she is very sad. A tear begins to fall from her cheek. As Yorick, you present the box to Thaddeus, full of the 9 other shards. And looking at these shards, he says, you say they interact negatively with the quill beasts, correct?" And he walks over to his personal safe, his large safe built into the back wall of this building, and he spins open the wheel and reaches inside the black void that you guys see, and he pulls out a heart. And alongside the heart, he also pulls out a couple quills. And walking over to Yorick, he says, "Please, would you allow me to hold on to these for a moment?"
Sure, but I would be careful. Don't get them too close to, well, anything. I don't know what happens if something else than a quill beast touches these.
All right. Well, I have an idea. And he reaches and grabs the box from you, and he places it on the table right next to both of you. And he pulls out one of the corrupted shards, and he takes a quill, one of the green quill beast quills, and he begins to slowly get them closer together until they're about 4 or 5 inches apart. And as they're about a couple inches apart, they begin to shake. They begin to vibrate. You see the air beginning to boil, to sizzle, until they're almost right next to each other, mere centimeters apart. And lightning begins to crackle, snapping. You see it's black and red, dark and sinister in energy, like highlights of purple popping off. And finally, Thaddeus touches the quill to the shard, and the shard breaks. It shatters apart, and the quill turns a solid black color, the same as the quill creeps. And you notice the purple, black, and red energy sparking off it as the quill has become entirely corrupted. And he holds it out and he says, "Ah, you're right. They do react rather negatively to these quill beasts' parts. Very interesting. Now let's test this." And he grabs another shard. Now only 8 left, and he grabs it, and he grabs the heart, the raw, bloody, literally still beating heart. And he brings the shard to it, and the same reaction begins to happen. It begins to shake violently, vibrating over and over until the same black, purple, and red sinister energy crackling off of it, until finally the objects touch each other, and the heart is just like the quill, corrupted in an instant, turning obsidian black, beginning to ooze black blood. Its pulsing becomes more sinister. It's twisting, morphing. Each beat of this now still beating heart, it's as if the heart is like sucking into itself, becoming a black hole for a moment before releasing. It's very disgusting. It's vile. Gorothra nearly vomits at the sight. And Thaddeus looks to Yorick and he says, "Oh dear, this is terrifying indeed."
Was this a quill beast heart or something else?
This is indeed a quill beast's heart, yes. A very strong one at that.
Hmm.
I.
Well, we got informed that this change is not done by magic, but rather science. If you can if you can do something with this information.
His eyes widen and he says, "Boy, don't say that word so loud." He looks to Yorick with intense eyes and he says, "You do not know. How do you not know that Maxi has outlawed that word, that idea? You must be very, very careful speaking such a concept."
I'm sorry. I thought it was an important information.
This is very frightening indeed. I have dabbled in the realm of science here and there. It is much more predictable than magic is, but at the same time it can have deadlier results with much more ease. Simple flowers and plants can be turned into sinister poisons and weapons. It's a very destructive art, but it's not practiced by many because of the religious in this world. They outlawed most people talking about it, and I believe there's one realm in the corner of Sanctuary towards the southeastern continent. I forget the name of the realm, but they are said to practice science willingly there. I wonder how they held out against the initial invasion. But if this is the case, if it is truly science, then I must begin research immediately. And he walks over to the back vault, right? The vault that's in the back wall. And he underneath the giant wheel that opens it, the safe wheel, there's a button. And he presses the button, and then as he does this, the safe begins to raise. Slowly slowly lifting until it's about a few feet off the ground, revealing an entranceway underground. He says, "Please, all of you, come with me." And he darts inside.
I follow him.
Yeah, of course.
Gorothra, do you want to stay up here just in case?
"Of course, anything you would wish." And she kind of stands like in front of the opening.
Oops, I merged us. How do
Unless
undo that?
You're gonna got it. I guess you do. She's still connected. What the fuck? Hold on. Yeah, it says you're both detached. I'll just delete her and replace her. All right. So you all follow Thaddeus underneath his vault in this descending staircase into the earth. And after about a minute or two of walking, it gets very dark for a moment. Novu, obviously you can see because of your dark vision, but Marcel and Yorick, both of you have a little bit of trouble. But you follow closely behind Thaddeus, so no light source is really needed, and you don't stumble or cause any harm. You don't get caused any harm by any of the steps until you get about, like I said, 2 minutes into walking down these steps, and finally you begin to see flickers of light. As you begin to see flickers of light, a large room comes into view. As you walk in, you can see Thaddeus at the very bottom of the stairs. Looking to all of you, he says, "Welcome! This is my private chambers, my experiment room, and my training hall, if you will." And he walks into the center of it. He says to you all, "If you ever need a place for a private battle or to test your might against some creatures, you can always do so here." And he continues walking to the other set of staircases that leads up to this little pedestal over here. And walking up to the pedestal, he looks. Walking up to this section, you see a bunch of tables and vials and shit, and you'd be able to figure out, based off what you've all just been talking about so far, and the fact that he was so hush hush about it, and Yorick, the little bit you know about science from your world, and Novu, Marcel, the little bit you guys probably know about science as well, you're able to recognize this to be a scientist's laboratory of some sorts. Very, very primitive, very rudimentary. A lot of the vials and such are poorly made, and his scribblings and writings are very botchy, blocky, and not very refined or elegant. But he's beginning to make progress nonetheless. And he looks to York and he says, "This is my laboratory. I come here to practice the art of science in secret, away from prying eyes like Priest Maxi. Do you know anything of the arts?"
Myself, no.
Oh, there we go.
Marcel, Novu, either of you, it would be helpful if you have seen the works of science before. Do either of you know of anything?
Marcel comes over and has a look. Ah, so this is science. We another word back home in my world, but as said earlier, our churches in our place also very much forbid such knowledge.
Of course.
I know little.
Very well, very well. Novu, what of you?
No, unfortunately, I don't have much expertise in this at all. I mean, I've heard of some gnomes with some trinkets and such, but that's about as close as I've come to anything sciency.
Ah, fuck. Of course. Another setback. I was hoping you all being from strange, different realms, at least one of you would know of the arts, but alas, oh well.
Well, I don't know of it myself, but in my realm, there's a place that's advanced in this science. They even managed to merge science with magic to create powerful, very powerful um, items and weapons.
Ah, it's too bad we don't have a way to talk to anyone of this place. The knowledge is useless to us unless that was the case. But regardless, I'm sure my wise old mind can figure it out. It's just going to take some time. And he puts the box of shards down amongst all the rest of the experimental stuff. And he looks back to you and he says, "Well, I can thank you only in one way for this help of guiding my knowledge. Any increase in the arts of science is more than welcomed by me, but sadly I cannot give you anything except for the free use of this place. If you ever need to come down here, simply use this, and he gives you each a little coin, and he says, "Touch this coin to the side of my safe, and it will begin to open the same way it did for me." And
All right.
you're all given a key to Thaddeus's underground training hall.
No.
And when you study these shards, if you by some means find maybe a cure for it, let me know. I don't want to give up Sunny just yet.
Very well, my son. I will try my best, but I can make no promises, as I am not very adept in these arts. Magic is much more what I know.
Of course, of course.
And he says, "Very well. I will begin working immediately. Let me start my experiments." And he instantly walks over to the rest of the table, and he begins to work on these shards. All right. Anyone else want to say anything else to Thaddeus before you guys move on with the day, or do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to do like anything in the training hall here, or what's going on?
Wouldn't mind just looking over what he has, just to just give it a, you know, me being, pretty smart, just being, just maybe another set of eyes looking over it, maybe might catch something to help.
Yeah, no, rolling perception or investigation.
Oh crap! I didn't roll it in. Shitty. Oh well.
Oh yes, guys, please don't forget when you go to do rolls, make sure to do rolls and owl there. Yes, thank you.
It's a 16.
You look over Thaddeus's shoulder, looking at his vials and looking at his strange contraptions and devices, and you think to yourself for a moment that something things do look semi-familiar. You maybe noticed it's similar to some forms of alchemy and such, but much more precise and knowledgeable, requiring more information than alchemy. Alchemy is simply a lot more trial and error, figuring out what simply the different ingredients do, while this science is figuring exactly out how to make use of ingredients. And while you begin to understand some things and you point out a few different things you notice to Thaddeus, you don't manage to come up with anything drastic or informative enough to cause a significant change.
Okay, all good.
After doing such, Thaddeus looks to you and he says, "Well, you are a very smart lad. If you would ever like to learn more about the arts, please simply join me anytime you'd like. I'd be happy to teach you the little bit I know myself."
Interesting. I might just take you up on that.
Novu, about to become a fucking fighter, wizard, artificer. Fucking triple multi-class, son of a bitch. That'd be funny though. I'd be dope. All right. So what do you guys want to do? Thaddeus is obviously now hard at work, beginning to try to figure out what these shards are, how they work, and everything. What do you guys want to do
Well, he's busy now, so guess we're just gonna leave for now.
now? All right.
Let him do his thing.
Do you think the blacksmith has any weaponry for Cassidy?
I guess. I mean, he got his crossbow from there, so he should have something.
All right.
Also, he's now able to wear armor, so he should get at least some leathery garbs or something.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
He's quite brittle right now.
Quite.
All right, so you decide to make your way to Brood. Marcel, are you going with Yorick and Cassidy?
Yes.
Okay, and Novu, are you also going?
Yes, yeah.
All right. You all make your way back up to the stairs. Garothrit walking out of your way as you all begin to walk up, waiting for Novu to make his pretty face seen. And as soon as Novu shows up, Grotho happily walks up to his side and continues to follow him as always. Making your way to the blacksmith. Let's see here. Yeah, making your way to the blacksmith, you are all stopped. Not stopped.
Nope.
You're not all stopped, but you all stop in your tracks. As you get to the center of the town, to the town center square, the big circle in the middle. Go ahead and everyone move your tokens there. As you guys get to the center of the town square, you begin to hear fireworks or explosions in the distance, not too far away, but just like a couple, like about 100 feet up and like 30 feet to the right. And looking over in that direction, you see a dwarven man on top of a large table. You see him dancing about, jumping around, yelling out to people, calling names and shouting and saying, and putting on a show essentially. He raises a crossbow with a large single-handed crossbow with his left hand, shooting these explosive arrows into the sky. As they explode, beautiful, vibrant colors of red, blue, green explode in glittery patterns across the sky as people and children all stop going ooh watching all the pretty colors as he then takes his right hand to the crossbow in his left, and you see that his right hand is some sort of strange contraption. It's mm, like a log or a large wooden circular objects, a cylinder of some kind. And you can see as he takes this cylinder and places it next to the crossbow, an arrow drops out of it and loads automatically into the crossbow. As you see, he has like a quiver hand, some sort of device attached to his right arm that automatically reloads arrows into his crossbow for him. He yells out, making quite a commotion and a scene. Do you guys do anything as you see this?
Oh, yeah. Shall
Well,
kind of nudges Yorick. Well, oh, that looks like something.
is this a cue for Cassidy? I'm not sure.
Cassidy's like,
Sounds
boss,
like-
boss, he's got a special fucking crossbow.
God, I wanted to move away from the crossbows, but fine. Okay, let's go.
Okay, you
I mean,
guys,
it's Cassidy can do what he wants. He's his own dude. If he wants to use crossbows, he can use crossbows.
you approach the stranger. He is surrounded by a large group of watchers. You guys push through the crowd, getting all the way up to him. What do you say?
Well, greetings, stranger. Quite interesting armament you're carrying.
Ah, you mean old Bertha here? And he slaps the crossbow with his strange wooden cylinder hand.
Yes, indeed. Where did you acquire such weapon?
My good friend Benella Soy. She's the blacksmith over at the war camp. I don't know if you've ever met her, but she builds quite the special weapons. Like our friend Brood here in town. He's the another blacksmith. I don't know if you've met him either.
We did met both of them actually. Well, only one of them we actually know in more depth. One we just saw.
Ah, so what can I do you fine folks for? You want a special show? Is there a specific color you want to see in the explosion? It's gonna cost you some gold, of course.
Um, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yes, go for it. Yes.
What color you want to
I'm sure
see?
it'll be interesting.
I can mix up to 4.
Make blue.
All right, blue.
Oh, that's a good color. Good color.
Mm,
Red. That's a strong color.
Red, okay. Blue, red.
Dominant.
2 more. I need 2 more. Looking at Novu and Garothra. Garothra chimes in. Can you do gray? Gray? Of course I can do gray. Novu?
Well,
Mm,
I died.
maybe purple. Mm.
You already got a color. And he looks at Novu and he says, You fine feller. I see you're in their group as well. What color do you want?
Purple sounds great.
Purple? Perfect. All right, great color. And he says, All right, blue, red, gray, and purple. Let me see here. And he opens up a pouch. He drops the crossbow onto the table and he opens up a pouch on the side of his hilt. And he pulls out a couple vials of powder, a blue, red, gray, and purple vials of powder. And he takes each vial and he opens up a small hole in his like cylinder, weird wooden arm. And he pours the powders into the hole, and then he closes it, kind of shakes the arm around for a bit, and then he drops it to the top. He picks the single-handed crossbow back up, drops the top of it to the crossbow, and you see an arrow click and locks into place with the crossbow, and you can see the head, the arrow tip is covered in all of these different powders. And you also see a small cylinder object attached to the arrow, and it begins to ignite in flames and spark. And as he raises his crossbow to the sky, he shoots it off into the air, the arrow flying about 100 feet up and exploding into just sparkling reds, sparkling blues, just a flat just a surface of gray, and then finally a purple dancing stick figure, lastly appearing in sparkling colors in the sky as it all begins to fade and fall to the ground. And he turns to you all and he says, So, what'd you think? Worth your 5 gold? And he puts out his hands expecting 5 gold.
5 gold. He'll give him like 2.
He looks at Marcel with a frown and he says, I said 5. This is 2.
Sorry. I thought you said silver.
Ha ha ha! Your ears must be filled of silver, weren't they, boy? That's 5 gold.
3.
Well, I mean, 5 gold, it's a lot for some colors.
Some colors.
I mean, they're pretty, yes, but
No one else in the realm has this contraption that I have here. This is a one and only invention.
well, it's not like we're buying it from you, so I don't know.
Ha! I'd charge you 5,000 gold if you tried.
Well,
That might be.
okay, you can have 1 gold.
Takes the 1 gold and he says, Well, this is still 3 gold. I'm still missing 2.
I give him 2 gold. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ah, there you go, fellers. That's the price paid for. And he drops the gold into his pouch and he says, So, I recognize your faces. Why is that? I don't know you fellers, that's for sure, but for some reason you all seem familiar.
Mhm.
Well, we did help out the town a few days ago. No, how long was it?
Oh, right. The heroes of Tristram. That's who you are. I've seen your posters around the town. Right. So,
Posters?
yeah,
What?
Yorick, you look around, and you know it doesn't take long for you to see another like another vendor's stall that has like a poster like up like a wanted poster, but rather than it saying wanted, it just says hero, and it has your picture underneath it, and then to the right there's another one that says hero, and it has Novu's picture underneath it, and then there's 2 more, one with Marcel, and then finally one with Rimuru.
Oh god.
Marcel will go up and investigate the image of him, see how accurate they got it.
It's surprisingly accurate. if anything, it's a little more flattering than you actually look in real life.
Well, impossible. No drawing could do Marcel's face justice.
And the stranger turns to all of you and he says, "So, you're Yorick, you're Novu, Marcellus, but I'm missing one. Isn't there a pink gooey fella who rides with your party? Rimuru, if I'm correct."
Oh, yeah. She, well, you know, women, well, I don't know.
Yorick.
Yeah, I stopped talking.
Garothra looks at you with a frown. Just what is-
Grafra, you're not a. Well, do you? I'm not.
You're just-
Yorick,
I just-
Yorick, roll me a con save to see if you suffer from a stroke.
He just doesn't want to say anything. Oh shit!
Yorick, you suffer from a stroke. You start fucking breaking down. You don't actually have a stroke, but you start having a panic attack. You start freaking out. Garothra
I'm
looks
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Garothra,
sorry.
Garothra looks at you and she's like, "Calm down. It's okay. I know you didn't mean anything by it."
That's the reason the girls in my town didn't like me.
Cassidy looks at you and he says, "Boss, you're not great with women, are you?"
Shut up.
The stranger on the table is laughing his ass off, the dwarven fellow, and he's like, "Ha ha ha! You jokesters crack me up. You say, any of you in need for an assistant, someone to help fight along your side? I like the cut of your jib. I like you guys' vibe. You're quite an interesting group. I could see myself offering my services for a pretty penny."
Oh.
And as he says this, your mental scroll unfolds as he begins to appear on your potential allies list. He introduces himself, saying, "Oh, and I forgot to mention, the name's Riley. Riley, the Ranger, has now joined your potential allies list."
All right. If we are in need of your skills, we will come back to you and ask for your help.
You say that, York, and then from behind your shoulder you hear, "What the fuck are you talking about? We already have a ranger, boss. We don't need this fucking loser. Fuck this stupid fucking dwarf." And Cassidy's just kind of going off, like worried that his position is gonna get taken.
Don't worry, nobody's a better ranger than you.
Damn right. Riley's laughing his ass off, just like, "Ha ha ha! Mighty defensive skeleton you've got there. Ha ha ha. Well, if that's all you have for today, no more questions, and you're not going to pay me any more gold, if you'd kindly move along, I've got bills to pay." As he goes back to attempting to entertain more customers.
All right, see you around.
All right. You guys continue to make your way to the blacksmith. Finally arriving, you enter to see, I don't know, have you guys met the new people yet of the blacksmith or no?
Don't think so. Let's
Do
see.
they have names? Then not.
I lost my token. Where was I?
You got lost in the void. No! Like, they are.
Ah!
Right in front of the dude. What? I'm gonna put you right. Oh, I'm gonna
Put
drag
me over
you.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see yourself?
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
All right. Novu, I'm not. Where's your note character, Novu? I don't see you anywhere. Oh, you're already there. Ha ha ha, I'm stupid. All right. You all enter the blacksmith's building to find it is actually more packed than usual. You find that while Brood is at his normal station in the very back working on things, to the right and to the left as you enter, there is two new blacksmiths busy at work. To the right, you see a blonde elven woman hammering away at a hot piece of steel. And on the left, you see a short dwarven man, just like Brood, with a strange pair of golden gauntlets. He seems to be working on enchanting something, as the gauntlets are pulsating with a strange aura of magic as he begins to inscribe runes onto a blade. And of course, there is Brood at the very back, who turns to see all of you enter the shop as you all come in. And he runs forward, jumping on his center table, lifting himself as about eye level with all the rest of you. He says, "Ah, heroes, heroes, heroes! What can I do for all you fine folk today?"
I see you got some new friends here.
"Ah, yes, you've noticed my apprentices. Please, let me introduce them to you. Apprentice!" And then you instantly hear the clanging of metal and the pulsating of magic stop in a heartbeat. And then, like soldiers, walking up to the doorways of both sides, they stand at attention with their arms firmly held behind their backs, grasping their hands, standing perfectly staring each other in the eyes, saying, "Aye, Captain!" And Brood looks at them and says, "Aye, at ease, fellers." And the two of them kind of give a more relaxed state, looking over to the party and everyone. They give you all looks as Brood begins to introduce them. Starting with the dwarven man at the bottom, he points over to him, saying, "This here is my cousin, Vickelroy. Vickelroy here is a master enchanter, but not the best crafter. That's why he came to me after the destruction, the chaos all ensued. He began to make his way here with that war camp. Not war camp, with that caravan that made their way from the war camp not too long ago. He was very happy to see that I was still alive and well, and as I was very happy to see him." And Vickelroy looks to you all and he says, "Good day." And he then turns to the elven woman and he says, "And this is his wife, Sarah. Sarah, please introduce yourself." And she looks to all of you and she says, "Hello, all of you." You hear the most
Oh my goodness.
vile, just almost like a fucking frog kind of voice begin to come out of this beautiful elven woman's this gorgeous face. She looks to all of you and she says, "My name is Sarah. I can make amazing things." And then you see Vickelroy kind of blush as she begins to speak. Apparently he loves this voice so much that simply hearing him makes him weak in the knees. But she quickly begins to stop speaking. Of course, she says her bit, and then Brood chimes back in, saying, "All right, back to work, both of you." And they quickly turn back to attention, back and walk back into their stations and continue doing the important work they were doing before being called. Brood then turns to the rest of you and says, "So, what'd you come here for?"
Well, we're looking for some equipment.
"Ah, so you need new gear. So, what do you need specifically?"
Well, my friend here, Cassidy, well, his crossbow that you made him last time, well, he can't use it anymore because, well, Sonny is gone, so, well, we don't have any quilts, so.
Sonny died? I'm so sorry.
No, something happened and he,
Worse.
yeah.
Worse than death? Yikes, that's...
Let's not talk about it. Well, either way, he needs some new weapon.
Of course. Let me see here. What do I
Well,
have?
Cassidy, what do you want? Do you want to stay with a crossbow? Do you want a longbow? Maybe double hand crossbow? I've seen people use that.
Well, I do like this crossbow, but I want something with a little more oomph behind it. Do you have anything, I don't know, magical? Brood turns around.
Magical private crossbow. That's where it's at.
Brood turns around and says, let me check. And he goes back into his backstop. And he begins to, you hear him rummaging around through all sorts of different things, metals clattering against the ground. You see a helmet from a suit of armor come rolling out of the doorway. And he finally shouts, "Ah, there you are! Ah, finally!" And he picks up a large, heavy crossbow, walking out. He shows all of you this heavy crossbow. 1 second.
Ooh.
Hold on. This 1 second. Find it. What? Come on, where the fuck is this item? Son of a bitch. Why can I not find this thing anywhere? Hold on, let me actually just go to the fucking... Let me just... Of course, of course. 1 second, inventory. All right. That's why. Of course. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Oh, it's just so annoying. This one. And, mm, mm. Okay. It is called the Dragon Wing Heavy Crossbow.
Ooh.
Sounds interesting.
Yep. Dragon Wing Heavy Crossbow. It is a rare item. So add that to his
Oh.
inventory.
Well, for free. What?
He says that he'll allow you to trade in the, since you no longer have a use for the other one and you already paid for it, he'll just simply allow you to exchange them. So you'll lose the other one, but you'll gain this one.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
Great deal.
just exchange out the other one, and now you have this. So you also, and just like your other one, it does not need ammunition, since because you know the other one worked off of the quills. This one loads its own magic ammunition.
Neat.
So Cassidy still does not have to carry around a quiver. You won't have to keep buying arrows. That's why
Yay.
that's why I gave this to you, because I figured that'd be a good thing. Okay. That being done, what else do you need while you're here? I assume you need more than just a crossbow.
Well, I figured he might need some armor, something light.
Some kind of light armor, you said? Let me see
Yeah.
here. I've got some better stuff in the back that's gonna be a little more pricey, but I've got some more cheaper stuff too. What are you looking
My
for? What kind of price range are you looking for?
my budget is 240, but of course I want to keep some money for emergency, so around 200 would be my max I would pay.
I also do have a few coins myself, so we could elevate that a bit.
I mean, you don't have to chip in. It's each money to their own.
I could give
Or-
you. I've got two options for you. If you can chip in, Marcel, and you can raise the gold a little bit, I can offer you. I can offer you for 300 gold total. I can offer you. What would be the best thing? Because you don't really. Hold on one second. Oh my god, so many. Okay, here we go. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, it's only for that. Never mind. Um. Oh, that sucks. There is really not a lot of great stuff.
I mean, just any armor.
I know. I'm trying to. I know. I've got a list here, and my list is garbage. I don't know why. I need to update this. Okay, this is good. For 300 gold total, he could offer you either Voidwalker armor or Zephyr armor, leather, or Zephyr armor padded. Either way. I think studded. Yeah, or studded too. So Zephyr armor or Voidwalker armor for 300 gold. They are both rares. Or for 200 gold, you could get simply a. Where was it? I had it saved. Come on. I just had it saved. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I saw you just a second ago. Yes. Armor of weightlessness. Studded leather. For 200.
Yeah, I would take that.
Are you sure? Not the more expensive price?
Well, what does the. Well, do you know what the Zephyr armor does?
Yes, I can tell you. 1 second. Let me just go back to it. Right here. So the Zephyr armor studded leather is a AC of 12. And this fine set of white and silver armor bears the wind rune. While wearing this armor, you have advantage on dexterity checks and dexterity saves, and your movement is doubled. And you also have invoking the rune. As an action, you can invoke the armor's rune to cast the wind wall spell with a DC save of 15. Once the rune hasn't been invoked, it can't be done again until the next day.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And then Voidwalker armor is an AC of 12. While wearing this armor, you can use a bonus action to summon a projection of yourself in an unoccupied space within 30 feet. The projection is translucent and has immunity to all damage and conditions. It can make attacks and cast spells with the range of the things you have. The projection disappears at the end of your turn, and once you use it as a bonus action, it cannot be done again until the next dawn. It says it has a curse, but you can completely ignore that.
Wait, it can make an attack?
Yeah, the projection is a translucent copy of you that has immunity to all damage and conditions. And you can make attacks and cast spells with a range other than self as it's standing in as if it's standing in the projection space. So yeah, you can cast attacks from it.
Instead of shooting from where he is.
Yeah, you can make you can make attacks from where it is instead. Correct.
Okay.
It doesn't get to make like an attack itself, but it can make an
Yeah.
attack for you.
I think the Zephyr armor is what
Okay.
I'm going for.
All right, Zephyr armor studded leather, 300 gold. So 200.
Gonna hand it over.
Yep, 200 from you, and then 100 from Marcel.
Very good. I'll take -100.
All right.
Thank you, Marcel.
Hi.
No worries.
I've been holding on to that one for a while, so I hope you enjoy it.
Well, here you go, Cassidy. Try it on.
All right, boss. And he puts all the armor on, and he picks up the new crossbow, and he says, I'm feeling powerful.
Good to hear.
All right. That being said, anything else you guys want to pick up here while you're here?
Not for myself, Marcellus.
Marcel doesn't need anything? Novu? You or Grothra need anything? Did you ever make Grothra a sheet, Novu?
Yes, I did.
Ah, cool. So you want to get her armor and anything while you're here?
I just get her like normal stuff. For
Yeah,
now.
you just common shit. You want just comment here?
Yeah.
Yeah, comment here is 50 gold per piece.
Okay.
So whatever, yeah, if you're getting yourself, oh yes, for all of you guys, if you ever want a common item, don't even ask me. Put it in your inventory, subtract 50 gold. It's that simple. If you need a common item, don't even ask me for it. Just put it in your inventory, subtract 50 gold. It's that simple. Nice,
Alright.
Alright.
nice and easy. You don't even need to tell me about it. You can have as many fucking common items as you want. I do not give a fuck. Okay. So yeah, then Novu, you can just get whatever you need that's common tier for Grothra. Just grab all of it for yourself. Just subtract 50 gold per piece and just put it in their inventory.
Okay.
All right. Rude turns to you all and says, if that's everything you need, I've got to get back to work. Quite a lot of pieces to get going on.
Of course.
Thank you for your services.
My pleasure. Now I will be back to work. And you hear him instantly go back to the clattering of iron on iron as he picks up a small hammer and he begins to work on a piece of steel that was heating up in the forge the whole time he was talking to all of you. As always, you see him do the same thing. Just he walks over to the forge, just bare hand grabs the red hot piece of iron and just walks it slowly over to an anvil, places it down, and then begins to work on it. All right. Now we have about 30 minutes left for today's session. I know obviously it was a short one. I showed up super late. I feel really bad. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up in about 30 minutes. So what do you guys want to do with your last little bit of time?
So wait, no, did you make overheard here probably, did you make a sheet for Grothra?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
Well, we got Thaddeus offered us a training ground. Maybe we should see what Cassidy and Grothra are capable of now. How does that sound?
Are we talking a sparring match between Cassidy and Grothra?
I actually was thinking about maybe them fighting. Didn't Thaddeus say he has some things to fight?
Yeah, he can summon some creatures if you guys want to do a little combat.
Want to do that, Novo?
I'd be down. Marcel, you want to throw Fenrir or Motherbucker in this fight too?
Fenrir in there.
Motherbucker would be more
choose
fitting. Yeah, Motherbucker. Okay, fuck yeah. Okay, we can do this. All right, you guys go back to Novu. You're down for this?
Sure.
Okay, you guys head back to the guild hall first. You head back to your guild hall. You grab Motherbucker, and then you guys proceed to head back to the magic shop. And you find Thaddeus is still underground at the moment. So you guys walk up to this safe. You press your coins to the side of it, and it raises, and you all enter into the underground training hall. As Thaddeus sees all of you enter, he sees you with your pets, and he's not an idiot. He figures out quite quickly what you're all planning to do, and he gives you a quick introduction to how this how this training hall works. So he says anyone who has the intention of training or fighting must step into the ring, the square, and everyone else must find a station, one of these circular pads that will have a force field surround it as the battle begins, giving complete protection to anyone inside. So, Marcel, Novu, and Yorick, all three of you step to the three different to one of each of the pedestals. And as you step onto the pedestal, it begins to raise. It raises to about 10 feet high into the sky, not the sky, 10 feet high into the air, where you all can see very clearly into the arena. It's a very nice, easy view. And as it reaches all the way to the top, it completes its raise, it locks itself in place, and you see a barrier form around you, a circular magical barrier that at first is a bright blue before it becomes completely translucent, disappearing from your eyesight entirely. And as this happens, the training area, the square fighting arena, the two entryways the stone begins to rise, blocking off the exits, becoming a completely locked in cage. Uh, he looks to all of you and he says, "What do you wish to train against? Something tough or something weak?"
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know how to measure how strong Cassidy is. Well, he's also with Gorafra and Motherbucker.
Well, if it's safe, why don't we go with tough?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see what I can conjure up. As he begins to focus his magic into the arena, you see him beginning to close his eyes, waving his hands in a strange way, making symbols in the air, and then suddenly the ground of the arena begins to shake. Grothra losing her footing for a bit, Motherbucker and Cassidy doing the same before gathering themselves as the other side of the arena, the floor begins to split open, and rising from it comes a giant beast. Hold on. There you are. A giant
Whoa, that's a big.
undead ogre begins to rise from the ground. At first, he's completely still, motionless, but after the floor locks in place and he's completely level with Gorothra, Motherbucker, and Cassidy, his eyes light up, sickening red, just nasty blood gaze as he looks to Gorothra, Cassidy, and Motherbucker, raising his iron star to the sky and slamming it down to the stone, breaking a lot of the chunks and pieces into bits as he turns to the group of the beasts as the battle begins. Everybody, I need initiative rolled for Gorothra, Cassidy, and Motherbucker.
Ooh.
20.
I got a 21.
Hold on.
Same.
Second. Go from initiative. Let me add Cassidy to initiative. Lastly, let me add Motherbucker to initiative. All right. And Rimuru has to be removed from initiative. All right. All right. Roll his initiative. I didn't even have a dice roller open for today because I didn't even think I would need it. Okay. All right. Wow, terrible 4. What is Motherbucker's initiative, Marcel?
21.
21. Okay. All right. So 21. What is Motherbucker's dexterity?
12, I think. It's +1 is the modifier.
Okay. What's Cassidy's dexterity?
18.
18.
God dang.
Okay, Cassidy goes first.
All right. So first thing first, Cassidy's gonna point his finger at the beast, at the monster, and he's gonna mark him. He's gonna focus on him.
Okay.
And he casts Hunter's Mark. And then he's gonna do what he's best at. He starts shooting. And of course, he has his quadruple advantage for his first attack.
Okay.
So let's see. Oh, no crit. What is 17?
Is it a flat 17 or is it 17 plus?
Wait, 17 plus 9. It's a
Yeah, I thought so.
28.
Yeah, that fucking hits.
Okay, let's roll damage. That's 6 plus. Well, what's a bad roll? Well, because I have a piercer feat, I can reroll the one of the piercing damage. So, okay, that's 9. It's 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then for a second attack, this now has no advantage. That's a 22.
That hits.
That's 8 damage.
Okay. Both of the arrows fly into him, and then he just takes it like a champ.
And that's. He's gonna step back a bit.
Oh, what
And
damage?
that's his turn.
What damage type did you choose for your dragon? For your dragon bow?
What do you mean, damage type?
The dragon's crossbow, you get an additional 1d6 for every shot you make that has a
Oh!
different kind of damage.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Yeah, it's. Did you not see it in its information?
Oh, it's actually an item. Oh.
Yeah, it's a real item. Yeah, no, these are real items I gave you.
No,
Yeah, they're both they're core items. They're real. Yeah, they're real core items.
Okay.
Are you saying if they're not core, they're not real? Wait a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna choose. I guess elemental damage, right? Like what dragons can have, right?
Yeah, it tells you all the different types you can choose from.
I'm gonna choose fire. Actually, let's do these two. That's 7 fire damage, and I forgot one roll for the Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
That's another 5 force.
God damn, there we go. Okay. Now this time the arrows fly into it and they obviously ignite in fire, and he pulls them out and he throws them to the ground. One of the arrows he chomps on like a piece of fucking just bark, and he roars out his mighty ogre roar. Does that end Cassidy's turn?
Yep.
All right, Motherbucker is up. Yeah, same with the Zephyr armor, by the way. That Zephyr armor is a real item too.
Motherfucker. He's just gonna charge this thing. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. Motherfucker will start off with just a regular hoof attack. I think he can he charge? No, he can't. Regular hoof attack.
Okay.
Alright, this is a +6 to hit. Let's see the roll. Come on. There we go. That's an 18.
That hits.
And it's 2d6, so that's 6 plus 4. 10 damage total, bludgeoning.
Motherbucker brings up her heel and she stomps down on the ogre's foot. You hear a snap and a crack as the bone and meat splits apart, but the ogre doesn't even respond. He just stands there unfazed.
That'll be it for Motherbucker. Yeah.
All right. Doesn't Motherbucker have
That's the
multi-attack?
turn. No.
Oh, weird. Could have swore he did.
Motherbucker does not though.
All right. That brings us to Garothra.
Garothra's first going to hex
Okay.
the creature. And then I'm going to cast, or she's going to cast, Witch Bolt. Oh, wrong thing. I keep rolling there. Uh, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
45 damage.
God damn. Okay.
It's
That one.
almost maxed out.
Describe
Oh.
the hit for me.
So she after the hex, she just takes both her hands and kind of puts like their claws in front of her, and then like lightning rakes down from the top to like right straight down him. It's actually 48 because of the hex.
And the lightning carves up his flesh, just cutting chunks of him to pieces. As he rears out in pain for the first time, an attack has actually shown significant damage as he looks to Garathra and he licks his lips and he fucking thuds his morning star down to the ground. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. And the ogre zombie now takes his turn. Looking at Mother Bucker in front of him, he says, fee, fi, fo, who the fuck are you? As he brings the Morning Star down, attempting to crush Mother Bucker's spine.
Oh.
That is a dirty 22 to hit, which hits for sure.
Most definitely hits.
Okay, and
You
that
know.
is a roll damage in owlbear as always. 1, 2 plus 4. That is 14 bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning. All right. Mother Bucker takes 28 damage.
14, not 28, 14.
It seems like Mother Bucker's bones are especially brittle. It's vulnerable to bludgeoning.
Oh right, yes, because it's doubled because she's vulnerable to bludgeoning.
Oh,
Correct, I forgot.
yeah. Cassidy doesn't want to get hit by that.
And he then after smacking with Mother Bucker with the Morning Star, he then drops it down to his side, and you see that it's attached to his hand with a strange chain. And as he drops the Morning Star, he then whips it backwards. You see it raising into the air as he then flings it, attempting to whip Garathra with this large, heavy Morning Star. Garathra, that is a dirty 23 to hit.
Cool.
Okay, and that's gonna be +4. 2 8s. Wow, dirty 20 bludgeoning damage to Garathra as the Morning Star just smacks her straight in the chest, fucking nearly knocking the wind out of her as he whips his arm back. And for the third attack, he brings it forward one more time, striking at Cassidy. And this time it is a 16 to hit. Does that hit Cassidy?
Didn't you say Garfer?
No, Garathra was the last attack. This is his turn.
Sorry.
He has three multi-attacks.
Oh, what was it again?
16 to hit Cassidy.
Ah, beats it.
Okay. You could use your silvery. You want to use your silvery barbs?
Oh, Yorick is outside.
You are outside the fight, but you could still do silvery barbs. You're still within range.
That's cheating. No.
Okay. All right. Cassie will take the damage. This is bludgeoning +4. That is 15 bludgeoning damage as the Morning Star comes down on him and it smacks him. It hits him hard. And that ends the ogre zombie's turn. Cassidy is back up.
Cassidy looks at the ogre and is quite angry that he got hit, and he's gonna rain death on him now. Let's go. Since Mavbrucker is now in range, he has advantage, right?
Correct.
Let's see. Concrete. Sad no. 22.
That hits.
That does. 22. Okay, and I'm gonna change the damage. I can change it each turn, right?
Yes, every time you can change it, correct.
Okay. I'm gonna change it. You said it's an undead ogre, right?
Correct.
It's radiant.
Okay. All right. If the ogre is hit with radiant damage, it must make a Constitution saving throw. Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
Let me make a Constitution saving throw. Its Constitution is +2. 15 meets it, beats it. So he is not at. Okay. So he takes double damage for the radiant. So how much was the radiant damage?
6 radiant.
6 radiant. So he takes 12 damage. But
I'm
he
gonna
but he's fine.
yeah, I'm gonna re-roll the the piercing damage. That's 7. And
Okay.
Hunter's Mark, 2 damage.
All right.
And
Cast.
as a bonus action, I'm also gonna cast Hail of Thorns. So as the arrow strikes, well, how does it? Wait, what? How does it work? Well, a rain of arrows just appears out of nowhere, I guess, and it starts hailing down on the ogre, and he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, wonderful. Dexterity when his dexterity is -4. That is a -4.
All right, and he's gonna take 1d10 additional piercing damage. 3.
Actually, you double the damage because he just critical failed. He rolled a nat 1.
Okay, 6 damage.
Yeah. All right. He's getting close to bloody. He's starting to look like he's taking some damage.
Okay, second attack. Come on. 23.
Hits.
Oh, that's wait. Okay, let's say this is the Hunter's Mark. That's 6 force. Then another 10 piercing.
Okay.
And 2 radiant.
Okay. 4 radiant. Now I have to make a con save. God damn it. Oh god, he fails it this time. Okay. Now he is at disadvantage for his next turn.
Yay! And that's it for my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Motherbucker.
Motherbucker is gonna use her special move. Let's see here.
Okay.
All right. She runs around the creature, kind of leaps up on the true back legs before rushing right between its legs as it creates a wall of radiance.
All right. It goes I need an acrobatics check from Motherbucker.
Ooh, okay. That's a solid 3.
Yeah, Motherbucker does use up all of her movement doing this. So as she creates the wall of radiance, she's stuck over here. She kind of gets stuck between its legs
okay.
for a brief moment, but she gets through. But she uses all of her movement to do so.
All right, let's see here. The wall of radiance. It lasts for a minute. That was one of her 3 charges. It says here that the enemy, if it moves within 5 feet of the fire, it deals damage. Does that count as starting a turn or when the wall?
Yes, it starts. Yeah, the very first turn you do it.
Oh yeah, so the damage is at the start of the creature's turn or immediately?
Immediately.
Immediately. All right. The wall of radiance deals fire damage. Amazing. I thought it was radiant. Never mind. It's a dex save. DC 16.
Okay. His dex is
And the wall lasts for a minute. The wall is
fail. Got a 6.
fail. All right. The damage is 10. All right. That's I lost count how many dice this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it says right there. Okay, never mind.
What the
31 fire damage.
Right. He takes the fire damage, and that will bring
Is
him to bloody.
Was that a wall of fire here, or the wall of radiance
Yeah, I got it there. I've got it on
for the
map.
line?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Great. Good damage. Good damage. Good damage.
All right. And that brings us
Pass.
to Garothra. You are up.
Okay, so Grothra's going to come over here. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds, 2nd level, on herself and twin spell it to Mother Bucker.
Okay.
So Mother Bucker gets 22 back. And she'll get 25 back.
All right, 22 hit. Very nice.
All right. And does that end Garothra's turn?
And then with her bonus action, I still have concentration on the witch, whatever it's called. The witch bolt. And so I'm going to do another
Oh,
6 plus hex is 9.
Gotcha. Now more damage. Oh, and Garothra's concentrating, you said, right?
Mhm.
Let me. All right, perfect. All right, a little more damage. That brings us to the ogre zombie. It's his turn, so he makes the dex save again. God damn it, fails it. Okay, give me the damage. Marcel, did you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that?
Damage for the firewall. He failed the save.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's again. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, yeah. Every turn, every start of his turn.
All right. 10 to 12 fire. 51 this time. Holy.
Okay, he is looking really hurt as he gets out of the way of the fire this time. Okay.
I think you should take another pass
Yep.
through it.
Kidding.
You know,
No,
just to testify heat.
No. And looking at Mother Bucker and the pain that he's just been caused, he is gonna fucking unleash 2 of his attacks directly on Mother Bucker.
Oh,
First one is a 17 to hit, followed by
easy
a
hit.
natural 20 for a 26 to hit.
Wait up.
All right, so the first one, this is regular damage plus 4. That is 15 bludgeoning, so 30 bludgeoning, and then critical damage plus 8. Oh, come on! 2 2s and 2 1s. Whatever. Okay, 8, 9, 10. So 14, so 28 more bludgeoning to Mother Bucker.
Oh Lord, alright, she's bloodied.
Mother Bucker is
Easily.
bloodied. And then for the last one, he turns to Garothra, and he unleashes his attack at Garothra as well. Okay, that is a 18 to hit.
She will shield.
She shields. Okay, so then it misses instead. All right. And that uses up his multi-attack, and he is now going to use a layer action.
Layer action.
What do I want to do of the ones he has? Yeah. That's a good one. He roars, and anyone currently concentrating on a magic effect or any magic effect. So I need a wisdom saving throw from Mother Bucker and a wisdom saving throw from Garothra. They both have a DC of 16.
Fail.
I am also concentrating on Hunter's Mark.
Oh, so Cassidy as well then.
Con save +2. Oh, 14.
Okay, fail. And then
Wait, did you say con save or wisdom save?
No, wisdom save, not con save. Wisdom save of
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save of 16.
That's still a what did I say? 14, 15 then.
15 still fails, sadly.
You know what?
1 away.
Wait. I'm going to use a lucky point.
Okay, go ahead, reroll.
No, it was on 17 for a second.
So close, sadly. What was Garothra's?
12.
12?
Fails.
All right, so all magic is extinguished. So concentration ends on Hexed, Hunter's Mark ends, and the firewall is extinguished.
No.
All right. and that ends the ogre zombie's turn. I'm stupid. I could have used a layer action to heal. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm so fucking dumb. Cassidy, you're up.
All right.
I could have gotten
It's just
health back, and I fucking extinguished the magic like a
it's in character
dumbass.
for the ogre, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that
First-
yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Okay, first things first, he's gonna reapply Hunter's Mark.
Wonderful.
So his bonus action is gone. And he's gonna attack. And I'm gonna use another luck point. Wait, how often can I use this?
I think you have.
Can I use this per attack or?
Yes, yeah,
So you run out, right?
you're good. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
until you run out.
Okay, I'm gonna use 1 luck point for this attack. Oh! That misses.
Yes, it does.
For the second attack, I'll use the last luck point. Okay, that's at least a 21.
That hits.
That's 8 radiant. I'm gonna reroll the piercing.
Ugh, 8 radiant. Okay, let me roll a Constitution save.
So 16 there.
All right, passes the Constitution save.
Okay, that's 9 piercing, and the Hunter's Mark, another 4 force.
Ogre's looking real fucking bad.
And that's my turn.
Each shot Cassidy makes tears out more chunks of flesh. The ogre zombie's beginning to fall apart. His body's beginning to collapse. Motherbucker, you are up.
Motherfucker will charge it, run right into it, and try and finish it off with a proper hoof attack. Nat 1, amazing.
Critical fail. All right. Oh, critical fail. Oh, with this character, a critical fail means I have an attack of opportunity. I'm going to take that attack of opportunity on Motherbucker. Oh, that's a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to hit. Does that hit? I don't think that hits. Does 13 hit Motherbucker, Marcel?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah, she
Alright.
doesn't have any armor.
1,
That's the
2,
base AC.
less 4, 10 bludgeoning. So 20 bludgeoning.
Oof. That's her turn.
All right. Motherbucker's back up and close and personal. Garathra, you are up.
And she is going to. She's going to come over here and cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay.
Which is for 32.
All right. It's time for me to make a save. He survives. Okay. He is dropped to 1 HP rather than dying.
Wow.
All right. Anything else from
Oh, actually,
Garathra?
then I'll walk up and then bonus, I will attack.
Okay.
Or not. Wait. 16. No, that's a. Yeah, 16 hit.
16 does not hit.
Okay.
All right, just barely clings on to life. He survives for one more turn as it gets to him. I could layer action heal, but it's really not going to get me back that much. I don't know if I'm going to survive another round, so I'm going to do it. Layer action heal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 10. He gets back 50
Is it a
health.
spell?
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
it's not a spell. It's a layer action, so it's an effect. He gets back to
Okay.
50. You see the ogre screams out, roars, and as he roars, you see his skin slightly mend. Some of the cuts seal up a little bit. He heals for 50 health, but that's not going to be enough to survive him a whole nother round since he only has 51 total. But he will get the chance to drop to 1 HP again rather than dying, so hopefully he will stick around. All right, now to make his attacks, Garothra and Motherbucker are right in front of him. Seeing as Garothra just walked up so casually, all tough shit, he sees her as the current threat, so he's gonna fucking launch his first attack on Garothra. Swings his Morning Star down on her. That's a miss for an 8. Second attack on Garothra is a 16.
Misses?
16 misses as well. Son of a fucking bitch. And third attack on Garothra, he's just gonna do all 3. Natural 20. I will take that.
Oh.
That is a crit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 8. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 27 bludgeoning damage to Garothra. As he strikes at Garothra with the first Morning Star, she dodges out of the way. He strikes at her again with the Morning Star again, she dodges out of the way. She begins to get cocky. She smiles a bit, turning back to him. That's when she sees the third hit coming in. She just barely doesn't have the chance to dodge, and it strikes her directly in the chest. He already used his lair action, so I can't send her flying or anything, sadly, but I can do that damage, and I will end my turn. All right, Cassidy, you are up.
All right, Cassidy's gonna take aim and start raining more arrows into this beast and trying to finally put him down. Let's see. Now with 2 advantages. Come on. It's a 23.
That hits.
I'm gonna take that. That's 10 piercing and 16 radiant damage.
Okay, he's not looking great. He's already back down to almost dead.
Second attack. Come, please, crit. Come on, please. Sad. What is that? Is that a 12? That's a 21.
That hits.
Come on. Okay, that's 2, 5, 7, 14 radiant. I'm gonna reroll for piercing. That's 11 piercing
He has 3 HP left.
and 4 force.
And you got the kill. Describe it.
Well, he loads his crossbow. Well, actually, he doesn't have to. He shoots the first bolt. It goes right into his stomach, and he's reeling in pain. And he aims right as the ogre's like dazing around. He aims at his head and shoots a bolt right into the ogre's eye, and the bolt goes right into through the eye, and the radiance of the bolt, it fuck. It explodes in his eye, and then the force damage from the hunter's mark, it just obliterates his head, and it just explodes.
His head explodes into gory, bloody chunks everywhere as his body it just stands there, the Morning Star still raised in the sky, with his hand gripped tightly on it as he falls down to his knees and then collapse right down onto his chest as Motherbucker and Garothra jump out of the way as he falls flat, dying. And with that, combat is done. Thaddeus clapping his hands in the distance. Very, very well. I did not expect you to face this zombie ogre so well. Usually is a tough opponent.
Indeed, it was a tough opponent. You did well, Cassidy, Garofra, Motherbucker.
Grotha looks to York and says, "Thank you, handsome blue boy." Motherbucker, "Nay!" And Cassidy, "I must anything for you!" Putting a thumbs up. And with that, we have found our way to another end of an amazing session. I would like to thank all of you beautiful people for tuning into the stream and watching the video. As always, if you've enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like, a comment, and subscribe. I have been your host and narrator, the D&D Orphan. And I hope to see all of you adventurers of the Orphan Guild another time. As always, stay frosty, adventurers, and have a wonderful day.